welcome back to Stream It. This week we're doing something a little different, just to switch it up. The Stream It Netflix Top Picks. It's kind of a long title, but that's what we're going to call it. So we're going to go through like draft style, I guess, through each genre. If your show gets picked for a certain genre by someone else, you got to have a different one ready. And at the end, we'll have a big list of shows that we recommend you watch depending on the mood you're in and the genre you want. But first, the opening question is, if you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, which one is it going to be?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a tall ask. Send me on my way.
Really?
Maybe.
What is
That's
it?
a good one.
Send me on my way. Send me on my way. On my way.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know that was
just a good, happy, feel good
Yeah,
song.
That is a good
yeah.
one.
I get sick of songs after like
That's
15
you
listens.
like a happy one that is a classic, I guess.
Mine is If You Leave from the movie Pretty in Pink. The
Nice,
band
nice.
is Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark.
Wow.
It's from the 80s.
Wow, you guys were like ready for this. I was sitting here wondering. I have no idea. He's a Pirate
Wow.
by Hans Zimmer.
Is that like the main
Yeah.
theme?
Is that
Just the theme from Pirates of the Caribbean.
I love that song.
That's like unironically a good answer. That's genuinely a good
I don't know. It's
choice.
just
That's
something.
like a pump-up song for
Yeah.
me.
Though, and if you listen to the long version, you got slow parts, fast parts, builds up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That song's great.
I'll go with that.
I play that like when I'm driving and like want to have a good time. You just crank it up really loud and
You take the top off the Jeep and
Oh, yeah.
start jumping into other
you
cars.
feel like you're in a pirate ship. Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Ready
There's
to
no
cannon.
words. I feel like some songs you get so sick of them, like lyrically, like you're like. So that's why I went with that. I don't know. And I had no real
You pulled
answer.
that out of left field.
Yeah.
That was like a great answer.
Yeah, well thought. We didn't even give reasons. You gave.
Yeah.
Send me on my. What was it?
Yeah. Who's the? Yes, you know the song. Send him away.
Yeah, I do. I just didn't know that it had a name.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Send me on my way. It's like a
Rusted Root.
rusted
the
root.
band.
Yes.
All right.
You know what I'm talking? You know the song.
No, I know the song.
Yeah.
I've
It's like just like
known you for 20 years and never heard you listen to it.
What?
I can't
Well,
back
every
that
other
up.
song I listen to is super annoying.
That's true.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh my god.
Or there's another one like Send Me on My Way that you always listen to.
Oh, all. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Who sings that?
I don't know. Is it a Paul Simon
It's all
song?
It's all been done or whatever.
No, it'll come to me. We can move on as I think of it.
Anyways.
I just keep thinking of the other song that's also in Matilda. So you see that those mixed up. Send Me on My Way is in it.
Oh yeah.
Little
And
Bitty
then-
Pretty One?
Yes.
Good one. That's another fun one.
So the Matilda soundtrack. If you could take one soundtrack on a desert island.
Matilda.
Exactly. It's an easy choice.
Oh, that's a good question for another time. Soundtrack.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just jump right into our Netflix draft. Does anyone feel inclined to go first and just secure a show?
I think we should go category by category, right? Though.
Oh, we could do it that way too, yeah.
Well, otherwise, we'll all get a first pick in one of the.
Well, the way I'm looking at it is like, just because you draft a running back first doesn't mean I have to.
Okay. Sure.
If I can,
Little crossover.
little
to Fantasy
crossover to
Access.
Fantasy Access.
All right. However you want to do it.
I don't know. We should have decided who goes first.
Who is the last? Who got pizza last?
Who got pizza last? Last time I got pizza was Saturday night.
Okay, yeah, I had it like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, like 2 months ago. So.
Congratulations.
I'm going to start things off with comedy. And I'm going to pick, I think, a show we all enjoy. And that's the Love series
Oh, good pick.
with
Wow.
Nikki and, yeah, all that. Starting off at number 1, Love.
I'm gonna jump to drama. I'm gonna say Ozark.
Ooh, that is a good one, and
Wasn't even on my list.
it was on my.
I haven't even seen it.
It was on my periphery. You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, it's really good. All right, because now this is total strategy here, so I get the picks I want. Are we doing snake draft? Do I get 2 in a row here?
I think that would be fair.
And then it goes back to Sarah and then you?
Oh.
Sure,
okay.
sure.
All right, so just to get this pick, my animation, I am picking Big Mouth.
Oh, dang.
Because I was going through it, and for Netflix originals, I was like, I actually haven't seen, like, the only other one I could, like, kind of say I've seen some episodes of was BoJack Horseman.
Yeah.
But, like, the other ones, like Enchanted and Paradise PD, I hadn't seen. So I was like, I have to get Big Mouth, otherwise I'm in trouble.
That's fair.
And then I will go with my sci-fi fantasy, and I will say Russian Doll.
Whoa.
Wow. Fine with me.
Another one that I was limited on.
I'll say my sci-fi fantasy too. And it's Stranger Things.
There's a shock.
Getting it on the board.
I did have a backup though. I was ready.
I don't have a lot in my real world documentary, so I'm going to go ahead and pick Tiger King.
Ooh.
Oh.
Right out the gate here. The 2020 phenomenon. So I'm going to lock that one in.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, I mean, it's a experience.
It is.
I remember being like, this is kind of ridiculous and not worth my time. And then we were quarantined and home and doing nothing. And I was like, wait, I'm actually really curious to see how this all plays out. It's like a can't look away situation.
People on Twitter were thinking Joe Exotic was going to get pardoned yesterday as the last thing.
That would have been something.
I saw a tweet the other day that was like, I missed the Tiger King part of quarantine because that was in like the first month.
Yeah.
So all of us were like, this is fun.
Yeah, exactly. And then for my second pick, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but series I liked. I'm going to put it in the suspense category, but I'm not sure exactly what you were thinking. But The End of the Effing World. I don't know. Have you guys seen that?
No.
I've heard of it. I've seen it like...
It's kind of like a dark adventure, like, it's on that spectrum of like horror drama type situation. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it fits into the suspense category, so I'll go with that.
Okay, for suspense, I have You. Like You. That's the name of it.
Is that the one with the like the stalker guy?
Yes, it's the guy from Gossip Girl.
Yeah, nice.
Very creepy.
All right, for my drama, I'm going to say Peaky Blinders, which I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but yeah, that's a real smash hit. A lot of people like that.
What I love is they like built it up. It was really good with the main cast, and then they started getting like the guest cast villain / are they a villain with like Tom Hardy, Adrian Brody, Aiden, I don't know, Littlefinger.
Yeah.
So yeah, Peaky Blinders is awesome. And then I will say for my real world documentary, The Last Dance.
Good call. I saw that one. I thought of it.
It started on
I haven't seen
ESPN,
it,
but it was
so-
supposed to be like a Netflix original thing, and then they moved it up because of quarantine, and it premiered on ESPN.
Yeah,
But
Michael Jordan story.
yes,
Nice.
Okay. Comedy. Dead to Me.
is that the one
Christina Applegate's
Yeah.
in it with
with
Velma.
Velma? Yeah,
Yeah.
Laura. I always forget.
Is it Linda?
Linda Carlini.
Yes.
Yes, I always forget her name.
It's like a dark comedy because it's like partially drama, could be suspense, but it's like comedy as well.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll fire off. Let's see. Okay, how about one of the Netflix original movies that I was very surprised by this past holiday season, actually. they had like a new spin on the Christmas Story with I think it was called Klaus.
I watched that too.
Klaus.
Klaus.
I think it was Klaus, yeah. And just a great spin on like a origin story of Santa and all that stuff. And I was like, this is very creative, very well done, unique.
Really
like,
cool animation,
style.
yeah.
And just really well done. So I was like, this one, I'm going to put that as my favorite right now because I think this year there might be some like other good ones that come out that'll really give that one a run for its money as far in my book. But I don't feel like there's a ton of older ones that I really loved. You know, I feel like Netflix is more in the show realm. Oh, and I get to go again.
Yeah.
After that big spiel. I'll do my animation, and this is a kind of a vulgar comedy one that I watched think during quarantine. But Hoops.
Oh yeah. That was the only
about,
other. That was another one that I've seen.
It's about a basketball coach, like a high school basketball coach, who's like a townie, and he is just very vulgarly inappropriate. But it's just a ridiculous show.
Flies off the handle.
Flies off the handle. Yeah. Yeah.
It is one thing about these comedies or these animations. It is Netflix has allowed the Living on the Edge, Family Guy, South Park stuff to go over the edge.
Yeah, to be R-rated.
Yeah, with Big Mouth and Hoops and
Yeah.
Paradise PD. Like,
it's kind of fun. I mean, it's funny. It's something new, I guess, as far as animation goes.
Original Netflix movie. It's called Someone Great. It has Gina Rodriguez, Brittany Snow, Lakeith Stanfield. Rosario Dawson is like a small character. It's just a really good cast, and it's just like it's a movie about a breakup, but it's like fun. And
There you go. Not Kissing Booth?
No, it's for older people. It's for people above the age of 12. No offense to fans of Kissing Booth.
so I haven't done suspense yet, and I was pretty confident I could hold on to this one because you outwardly said you didn't like it, and it's Mindhunter.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the ultimate suspense on Netflix.
Definitely fits the bill for suspense.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. But if you're not in the right headspace, it can really mess you
If
up.
you don't want to be depressed, then
Maybe watch it at like 11 in the morning on a Saturday, bright sunny Saturday. And then, so it's funny. I was going through the Netflix original movies, and I was like, wow, in the last like 6 months or something, or year, they've had some awesome movies.
I guess my take on the movies, I haven't seen actually a lot of the.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Irishman or some of the bigger hits that they've had.
So, The Irishman was on my short list, but I decided like I loved it, but I don't want to pick it for some reason. But it just came out, and it's called Mank, and it's about it's an old Hollywood story, like about the writing of Citizen Kane. It's like a true story, and it's like the writer is like sick while he's writing it, but it's having all these flashbacks to like William Randolph Hearst, who was a newspaper guy who he based the character off of, and it was shot like it was shot in the 1930s.
Cool.
So it's black and white. It has all these cool little like things that you notice about old films. That's cool.
Wow. Yeah, I guess my take on the movies was I don't usually go to Netflix for movies. I like more of the blockbusters, and I don't know. I guess I follow some of the hype too with like new releases on Disney Plus or like HBO Max and stuff. So I haven't dove into a whole bunch of the.
Well, I think
Netflix
since
films.
they announced The Irishman, that was them being like, we're in this for blockbusters
True,
now.
and it's just in the past like year.
Exactly.
They've really started to get like bigger stuff.
So I think it was like November of 2019, The Irishman came out, where they were like, we're doing it. We're going for it now.
Right.
Yeah, they started getting huge names.
Yeah.
Because then they had Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver, Marriage Story.
I want to see. Yeah, I did want to see that, and I haven't yet. But and now they have like a whole bunch of like really star-studded movies that I definitely want to see. So
Yeah. It was kind of like what we were talking about last week.
yeah,
And I think it started like they had a couple movies and you're like, wow, I can't believe this person's in a Netflix movie. And then next thing you know, they have like 3 movies nominated for Best Picture and you're like, where did this come from?
yeah. I think I'm coming around on the whole Netflix movie scene. So
Okay, my real world documentary is Queer Eye.
classic.
That's like a comfort food.
That's a good one. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, that's it. That could be your go-to. I think I used this one the last time we did a drafts, type of thing. But I think the show Sex Education is really well done. So my drama, I will do Sex Education.
Is that Judd Apatow too?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
No. I know he does Love. I didn't know if he did both.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think so, but very well done. Good show. Oh, and I get to pick another one. So I'm just going to go to the other go-to, my sci-fi fantasy, which I had a long list. But I liked The Witcher a lot. That was kind of a cool endeavor for Netflix to kind of do that sci-fi fantasy all the way, and it was a good story and well done. So I like that one.
My animation is, this was tough because I've seen Big Mouth, but I haven't watched like all of it. I kind of, sometimes it's like too much.
Oh, it is too much at times,
It'd
yeah.
be a lot. They also always like to incorporate a song. So
It's so funny.
if you're like,
Oh, the songs are good.
but it can take you you're like, wow, we're going there.
Yeah.
we're doing a song about that.
Especially like, I live at home, and half of the stuff that if it was loudly overheard
Yeah.
with my parents
You need a good
around-
set of headphones.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Noise
old enough to watch
canceling.
what I want, but at the same time, it's a little strange. The only other show I've watched that's a Netflix original is Tuca and Birdie. It's Tiffany. I think it's the same people who made BoJack, but it's like 2 birds, and it's Tiffany Haddish and Ali Wong. There's only 1 season of it, then it got canceled. But it's like very like it's like BoJack Horseman, but just with them and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was pretty funny. It was
Nice.
good.
All right, so I have my last 2, I guess. So for comedy, I went in a little different direction, but it could, I guess, be considered like a real world thing. But Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee is now like a
that's a good
Netflix
one.
original, and I just love seeing them all together, just being hilarious. And then for my go-to rewatch, it's Arrested Development.
Oh man,
That's a good one.
that's a good one.
That's like, I was going through it, and since like we kind of wanted to stick to Netflix originals and Parks and Rec and The Office are no longer there,
True.
that changes a lot.
Yeah, I'm
Dang.
struggling with the go-to rewatch now.
Well, I feel like we binge. Like you binge a show, you move on to the next one. So
You know what you
if
should?
it's
Just go ahead.
if it's not like a Office or Parks and Rec or Family Guy or something that those network shows that we always watch, or even Brooklyn Nine-Nine, SNL. Like there's I don't know. Those are like the reoccurring shows that there's a lot of seasons of. We go back to it, but Netflix, I feel like you binge a series and then you move on to the next one. So it's kind of hard to have like a go-to.
Yeah, I would suggest that you move Stranger Things into your go-to, and then pick another sci-fi.
All right, that's a good idea. Okay, yes. Great suggestion.
Because I'm sure you've seen that more than once.
Okay, Stranger Things is my go-to rewatch, and my sci-fi is Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
I was almost going to say, just like, put Stranger Things into your go-to and have Sabrina be your sci-fi.
That's true.
Did I say it was Sabrina? Did you know it was Sabrina?
I was just going to guess because you've mentioned you love it.
Whoa! Helpful. Knows everything. Yeah.
I have to do my go-to rewatch as well, and I think I'm gonna do a similar thing. I've watched every season of The Umbrella Academy, and that's right up my alley with superpowers and
Fantasy
and action and adventure. So I'll continue to watch that as long as it's they keep making new seasons, and that's got a good, cool story with time travel, all kinds of stuff. So it's fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Third season is coming.
Yes, I saw it. It's awesome.
That's it.
Everyone
That's
done?
yeah. What were some things that were close?
So I had Cursed on my sci-fi just because that was a fun that show's kind of a. I guess they took a bunch of the King Arthur Round Table origin stories kind of stuff, and created a show around all that folklore and. I don't know, it was just a cool way to see that again. Obviously, the Sword in the Stone, and there's been different versions of that story. But this one was a little bit unique, but also had all the components of that origin story of all that, and it was good. It was a little teen drama-y, but also good. So I don't know, it was kind of the line.
Netflix is so great at doing that with teen dramas. You're like, oh, what's this show? And then you're like, oh, not exactly for me. Okay, but
but maybe I'll finish it.
Yeah.
They have so many shows with the girl who's from that show 13 Reasons Why.
She's in the Curse.
Yes, they every new teen drama that comes out, it's either her or her sister as an actress too.
Oh,
and
really?
she's in stuff all over Netflix too. I'm like, if they're in it, you know it's gonna be teen gold.
Yeah.
They're just the draw.
Oh man.
I had for Real World, Down to Earth with Zac Efron. It came out
oh yeah,
yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah, last
thumbnail.
spring. And each episode is him in a different country with a health and fitness guru with him all the time that's really knowledgeable on things. And they just learn different ways that other countries are being environmentally friendly and saving money, or how can they have cheaper healthcare, or there was one where it was a whole island of people, and it was near Italy, that's I think it's called a blue area or something, where they have the highest amount of people who live over 100.
Wow.
So they went to that island and are okay, let's talk to some of these people and what are they doing differently that they're all living over 100, and
Yeah.
People in America aren't as
Right.
much or as often. It's really interesting.
That's cool.
And a surprise from Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Didn't he get really sick doing that show?
Yeah, he got. I don't remember what he had, but it was a serious.
Yeah, he
illness.
got rushed to the hospital while filming.
It was a virus or something.
Wow.
Yeah. For Real World, one of the ones I had was Chef's Table, but mainly Chef's Table Barbecue. And
I think I see. That was the one I was trying to think of.
and it goes around to different. The barbecue is different barbecue masters and stuff, and their story, which is incredible. But then if you watch Chef's Table, it's different chefs from all over the world and how they got to be where they are, and
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
how their cultural methods of cooking and how they turned them into the way that they cook now. It's so cool.
Yeah. What about what was the hardest one for you? For both of you?
Drama.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like they have so many dramas.
Well, that's what's tough.
Oh.
I was
nice.
so I was like,
Whoa.
Touche.
no, but for me, it's I talk about Narcos all the time.
Yeah.
I love The Crown, and they just had an
Oh.
awesome 4th season. And then Peaky Blinders just announced that
There's too many good things.
after this season, they're going to have a movie. So I'm like,
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
so, but Peaky Blinders, I don't think gets enough love.
Yeah, I heard that's really good.
The other ones always are this is one of the best shows of the year, and then Peaky Blinders has a season that comes and goes.
Yeah.
I wonder if after Queen's Gambit,
That was another one I
viewership
almost thought of.
for P.D. Blinders went up, because it's the same actress, right?
She's only in the most recent season.
Oh, the thumbnail is misleading.
Yes,
It's her.
she's only in the most recent season and plays one of the brothers' wives.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, I see what you're doing here, but
Okay.
They're no fools.
I think mine was animation, only because I haven't seen enough on Netflix. I've seen Bob's Burgers and
Yeah.
a lot of the cable network
Right,
ones,
right,
but
right.
not Netflix.
And was your sci-fi?
Yeah, sci-fi. There's so many good ones. No, I think the movie was tough. Although
Oh,
I did
yeah.
really like Claus, but I just haven't watched a lot of Netflix movies. And then I don't watch a ton of the real world documentary stuff.
Mm.
And when I do, it's kind of in passing, and usually like Chef's Table or like something like that.
Nature.
Yeah, exactly.
The nature ones are awesome.
But I haven't like sat down and watched like a whole, like I've seen Queer Eye, but I don't like watch the whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's just,
like episode at a time for those.
Yeah, just kind of like sprinkle it in. I did watch all of Tiger Kings. That's why I did that one.
Making a Murderer was really good and one
Yeah.
of their bigger things a while ago.
Yeah, that was good at the time. Yeah.
Oh,
So
you know what's good for Real World is Unsolved Mysteries.
I
The
haven't
one that came out like last summer.
yeah, I haven't seen that.
That one's like an easy. I mean, because they're all separate each episode.
Yeah.
A true crime thing.
Yeah, it's
I'm not-
basically like they took like when those true crime podcasts that just tell you of like, here's this mysterious death that's never been solved. Like, okay, moving on. Like they just took that and like filmed it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should switch this out, but another one that I just remembered I like, and is a very unique show, is the Black Mirror series.
I almost did that for
Oh, man.
sci-fi
That
fantasy.
might be a good like go-to. Well, it's good sci-fi fantasy too, but it's got so many different stories, and like
Yeah.
you can kind of just sit down, watch a couple of like interesting shorts, basically, and then like move on. And then I don't know, they've always got like cool takes on, you know, social issues or like technology stuff or
That was my pick until
Whatever.
I was going through and I was like, oh yeah, Russian Doll. I loved Russian Doll. So
yeah.
That was a good one too.
that was a good. I want that second season to come. They're taking their sweet
I
time.
know.
Yeah,
That was already like a year old when we watched it, and that was
maybe they're
a
having
year ago.
COVID setbacks.
Yeah. But also a lot of shows like that, I think when one person's like kind of in charge, it must just be so hard to like come up with a story, and
Yeah.
especially I think she acts in other things, and so
Mm.
And Amy Poehler helped produce it.
yeah.
And she has that movie coming out on Netflix now, so maybe she's busy.
Yeah.
We should add for next time a category of like easiest binge, or like a show that like we could not like wait
Oh,
to
like you
finish.
just like right through it.
You had to
Zoop.
do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's a good one. So, should we do a quick recap?
Yeah.
For my drama, I had sex education, comedy, love, real world documentary, Tiger King, sci-fi fantasy, The Witcher, suspense, End of the Effing World, animation, Hoops, original Netflix movie, Klaus.
Klaus.
I keep saying it wrong. And my rewatch is Umbrella Academy, or my go-to.
Okay. My drama, Ozark. Comedy, Dead to Me. Real world, Queer Eye. Sci-fi, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Suspense, You. Animation, Tuca and Birdie. Original movie, Someone Great. And go-to rewatch is Stranger Things.
Nice. It's a good list.
My drama is Peaky Blinders. My comedy is Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. My real world documentary is The Last Dance. My sci-fi is Russian Doll. Suspense is Mindhunter. Animation is Big Mouth. Movie is Mank. And rewatch go-to is Arrested Development.
Nice.
What a good list.
Yeah, all three good lists, I think.
Yeah.
I could keep somebody really busy.
It'll be really interesting when we do like Hulu or like
Oh man.
We might not.
Amazon.
I was thinking of Amazon. We might not be able to
I
do
don't think we
originals.
can.
Yeah.
Hulu we could, but it's just a matter of like, have we actually seen enough Hulu originals to fill out a list?
I feel like I've seen more Amazon originals than Hulu originals.
Hulu originals, yeah.
Hulu would just be like, I watch, like
Like even.
That's a big
shows
network streaming service.
Yeah.
right, I'd watch SNL. I would
Yeah.
do like
Oh, you know what? I don't know if it qualifies now that I'm thinking of this. Would Schitt's Creek have counted for comedy or rewatch? Like, there's no other way to watch that in the United States.
So
That's
I had
true.
Schitt's Creek for my rewatch, but it's not an original.
Yeah, I was just thinking that because you brought up Hulu, and the only show I can think of that I watched consistently on that is Letterkenny, and that's the same thing. I think they were both Crave TV in Canada, is like what made the.
Oh, or is it Pop?
oh,
Schitt's
oh, maybe.
Creek
yeah.
is Pop.
Oh yeah, well Crave is what does Letterkenny, but
Oh.
the
But
only
yeah,
way to
they're both
watch it in the
free.
U.S. is on Hulu.
Right.
So I guess it doesn't matter. We made our list, but
Yeah. Well, we could do Hulu though, and just do all those cable shows because that's streamable,
yeah,
and that's what streaming
Yeah.
is about.
Yeah, that's the one list we'll have that's not just like originals.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
and then
That's what I go to Hulu for anyway.
it's kind of the same situation, but with movies. When you get to HBO,
Yeah.
it's like they have their own movies, but really you're going there to watch like movies that were produced
Right.
by
Wonder
huge,
Woman and-
yeah, Warner Brothers basically.
Right.
I'll put that list out on Instagram. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna start putting these on Instagram.
Yeah. People can send us their lists too.
Yeah, please. Okay, so our letterbox review of the week. I'm just I randomly find these based on movies that come into my head. So if you guys have any suggestions or anyone watching, just let me know. I chose La La Land, and there was 2 of them, so I'm going to read both because they both are just funny for different reasons. The first one is, I love this movie more than I love myself, which is pretty good. And the second one is, I've taken all of your criticisms into account and have determined that you're all wrong. Both of these people rated the movie 5 stars, and it was like their rewatch review. So
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like some people didn't love La La Land, which
Yeah.
like I don't know why. It was unique. It had, for what it was like great.
Yeah.
Like super good. So I mean, I guess it could not be your like style, but I don't feel like you would not like it. Like,
Yeah. I think visually it was like incredible.
Right.
yeah,
And then it was like it had a story. It had all the music, the dancing. Like you could be like, oh, I don't like musicals, but like sure.
then it's like, why did you watch it?
Right. Exactly. You don't not
Yeah.
like the movie. You don't like musicals. Like if you like musicals, it's great. Like so. No, that's my take on La La Land.
I
'Cause
saw.
I was very impressed with it. I thought it was
too.
great.
I've seen a lot of like Instagram accounts now are showing behind the scenes stuff, and La La Land is one that they like focus on a lot.
Yeah.
And there's this one scene where he's playing piano and she's dancing, and it's whip panning, and the director is just tapping the camera operator on the shoulder and he's just whipping the camera over. But then they're showing the like actual scene, and you're just like, this is incredible filmmaking. Like
Yeah.
it is so cool.
That is cool. Yeah, I think you gotta watch La La Land and appreciate it for what it is.
Oh yeah, and it's like 2 people who I don't know Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone's like precise history in musical theater, but
Right.
they're just actors,
Yeah.
and they both took on a very musically driven movie and like crushed it.
Well, Ryan Gosling was in the Mickey Mouse Club. So, and he danced to warm up for football games and Remember the Titans. So,
It's true again.
I don't know.
That was right up his alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie. All right, so check out that long list. Have watched everything for next week, and we'll be back next week for streaming.